Hello. Yeah. Now we can check the temperature that is near to 80 now. Okay. So approximately 80. So now we'll see the reading in the ammeter. Okay. So approximately it is 50 microamperes. So now we just write down the table now. So I'm showing the tabular column. So approximately for 80 degrees Celsius. So it is the ammeter reading is approximately 50. Okay. So 80 plus 273. You can do that. 80 plus 273 is 353 Kelvin. So now the reading is 50 microammeter. Okay. Now again we'll see, we'll wait until the temperature becomes 70. Okay. Or 75. I think we'll take 75 reading. So now it's still in between 70 and 80 only. So you can see 75 is in between the bigger line, approximately somewhere here. Okay. So it's near to approaching 75 now. Okay. So more or less now it is 75. Now you can see the reading in the microammeter. So it's approximately 39 microamperes. No, sorry, it is in between 30, right? So 30 and this will be 36. So it's approximately 36 microamperes. So for 75, it is 36. So the reading for 75 in terms of kelvins is 348. So similarly, we can take the reading for 70 degrees also, 70 degrees Celsius. So you can see the temperature is decreasing. Wait, I think we'll make it zoom now. So it's near to 70 now. The red mark is near to 70. So again you see the ammeter reading, it's approaching in between 30. Okay. So it's 70 degrees. So like this 30 microamperes. Okay. So and 70 plus 273, that is 343. So like that I will write the temperature corresponding ammeter reading. Okay. Now near to 65. So it's coming down 70 now. Okay, the previous is this one 70 degrees Celsius. So we'll wait for 2 minutes. So it's approaching. So the 70 degrees, 65 means somewhere in between here. Okay, this should be 65 degrees. So it's just approaching and approaching. Slowly it is coming to 65. So you can see the red line, red mercury line that shows the temperature reading starts decreasing like this. So when it is near to 65, okay, so now it's approaching 65. Now I will take the reading of ammeter. You can see it's approximately more than 20. So somewhere here, this is approximately 24 degrees, 24 microamperes. So I'm writing in the table 24. Okay, so 65 plus 273, that is 338. So I'll write all the readings in terms of Kelvin. 60 plus 273 is 333. Again 55, it is 328. Okay. So now again we'll take the reading. Now we need to take the reading at temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. Okay. So 60 is somewhere here. Okay, somewhere here. Okay, the V is now near to is decreasing from 65. So we'll wait until it will come to 60. So this red mark will be here. It should come down. So this point. Okay, I think it's coming down. Okay, so by the time we'll just check the ammeter reading. So it's near to, now it is near to 20, less than, in between, near to 20. So approximately you can take 20 microamperes. Okay, for 60 degrees Celsius, the reading is 20 microamperes. And now we'll wait until 55, but we'll calculate this. So now the reading of microammeter is 50. So now in terms of amperes, it will be 50 times 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay. And 36, we'll write it 36, it will be approximately 36 into 10 to the power of minus 6. And 30, it will be 30 into 10 to the power of minus 6. 24 into 10 to the power of minus. So these are values in the form of amperes. Okay, so the current is in between in 2 units, microamperes and amperes. Okay, 20 10 to the power of minus 6. Now we'll check the reading of ammeter reading at 55 degrees Celsius. Okay, now I'm going back to thermometer again. So we'll see it's just decreasing 60. So 50 means somewhere here. So this point is 55 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we'll take readings until 55 and then we'll stop taking readings. Now I will show you how to draw the plot, how to draw the graph between 1 by T versus ln of R. Okay, so by that it's still near to 60. So we'll just finish off the tabular column now. So now what is R now? Okay, so R is equals to V divided by I. So V is the voltage we are taking is 1.5 volts. So R is equal to 1.5 divided by I. So I is 50. So we can write it as this one is 1.5 divided by 50. Okay, so 10 to the power of minus 6. So like that you can do all the values, 36 10 to the power of minus 6 and 1.5 into 30 10 to the power of minus 6 and again 1.5 24 10 to the power of minus 6 and 1.5 20 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, so we'll find out R. So then we'll apply the ln of R. Okay, so this ln of R will be our y-axis. Okay, so the graph will be something like this. So ln of R versus 1 by T. Okay, so we have T here. T is this one, 353. So this is T. So we'll take the reciprocal of this T. Okay, so we'll finish the last reading now. Okay, so now you can see the temperature is approximately 55, near to 55 now. Okay, so now we'll measure the ammeter reading. So it's near to 10 microamperes. So I'm writing for 55 degrees Celsius, 328 kelvins, I'm writing 10. So 10 is 10 to the power of minus 10 power 6. So now this one will be, the reading will be 1.5 divided by 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay, so now I will show you the calculation now. Just a minute, I am going to show. So now we will see the calculation now. So here we are going to calculate the R value. So it is 1.5 divided by 50. This is approximately 0.03 into 10 to the power of 6. 0.03 into 10 to the power of 6. Okay, so this is again the second value. 1.5 divided by 36. 0.416 10 to the power of 6. Okay, and again 1.5 divided by 30. 0.05 10 to the power of 6. So again 1.5 divided by 24. 0.0625 10 to the power of 6. And this last two values, 1.5 divided by 20. 0.075 10 to the power of 6 and 1.5 divided by 10. Okay, so it is 0.15 10 to the power of 6. So this column represents the y-axis values, this one. Okay, so now we have 1 by T now. 1 by T means this one, T is 353. So first T is 353. So 1 divided by 353. So it's 2.832 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, so then I can similarly I will do the values. Next one is 2.88 10 to the power of minus 3 and 2.91 10 to the power of minus 3. That is 1 by 343 and 1 by 338 is 2.95 10 to the power of minus 3 and again 1 divided by this one 333. Okay, 3, 3.00 10 to the power of minus 3, and next one will be 3.04 10 to the power of minus 3. Okay, so now last column 1 by t represents the x-axis values and ln r represents the y-axis values. Okay, and now I will show you how to draw the graph. Okay, so this is a random graph, it's like a rough free graph. Okay, so this one is 1 by t values and this one is ln of r. Okay, so here we have 10 to the power of minus 3 is there, so I am taking here all values 10 to the power of minus 3 here. So 2.8, so I am taking readings as approximately it's like 2.8, 2.93 is there, so take like this 0.5, 1 and 1.5, 2 and 2.5 and 3. Okay, maximum is 3. Okay, and here this is 10 to the power of 6 is there. Okay, now I am taking into 10 to the power of 6, so the values are 0.03, 0.016 now. Okay, so it is 0. We can take like this 0.05 and 0.1 and then I think 0.15. That's it. Okay, so for here 2.8, right? So 2.8 is somewhere here. So I can, so if you draw the graph between these values, so you are going to get a graph like this. Okay,
This is not ln, sir. This is R only. We
okay,
are applying
so actually this is r, still sorry, this is r only, so we need to apply the ln of r. Okay, this is like r, so ln of r, so apply ln of r here, so you will get the values. Ln of r will be approximately, it will be somewhere, so I will make one more graph. Okay, so r is this one, so ln of r, so all the values will be like this. So for so approximately ln of r here is 9.73 this one, and this one is 9.85, 9.99, and this is 10.0 and 10.1 and 10.2. Okay, so these are all ln of r. So the one which is 10 to the power of 6, which is there, r only. Okay, so now
This is different, sir. The values are different.
So now I am going to draw the graph between ln of r versus 1 by t. Okay, so now we have the values are 2.8. So this one 1. Okay, so now what you do, just simply take the values 2.8, 2.9, 2.3, 3.4 in the y of t. So basically we are going to get a graph like this. So it will be something like this. So basically we have a intercept here, and this one we have going to slope here. Like this is ln of r along this axis and 1 by t. Okay, so 1 by t values are here. You can take the, I'm going to send you the readings also, no problem. I'm going to send you the soft copy of readings, 2.83 to 2.82 like this, and these are the 9.73, 9.85, 9.9, 10 like this. These are the ln of r. Okay, so these values should be on the y-axis and these values on the x-axis. Okay, so I will share you the soft copy of the readings to you, no problem. Just like approximate rough estimation only. So just what you do, I'm going to send the readings and plot the readings, and also I will share the graph also. So just plot the graph between 1 by t versus temperature, like 1 by t versus ln of r. So you will get like this. Okay, I will show you some model graph here. Okay, so this is the model graph, something like this. Okay, so you are going to get a graph like this. So we'll take the graph. First we'll, from the graph we are going to find out the slope. Okay, so after getting the slope, we are going to substitute in this formula. Eg is equal to 1.725 10 to the power slope into 10 to the power of minus 4 electron volts. So that is the energy gap of the semiconductor diode. That is the germanium material we are using. So the energy gap will be approximately, we should get 0.7 electron volts, or maybe 0.8 is also allowed. Okay, so I'm going to share you the soft copy of the readings, as well as the graph also, the plotted graph, so that just you can cross check that. Okay. Okay. Thank you.